Whereas the Liquid lineup, you've got the Vac, the stuns from Nyx, the Arena Blood from the Mars. If NiP ever chase forwards with their 4 melee heroes and get caught in some, if you just catch too much AoE, like you're losing the fight. NiP have to kind of snowball in the sense that they zoom across the map, finding pickoffs against Liquid, while also trying to slow down Miracle's Morph, who will certainly be the hardest carry in this game once he comes online.
Yeah, and I can't actually wait to see like Miracle just going to town on that Morph, and they are going to put him in the middle lane as well, so just to keep your eyes on the lanes. Matumba's going to be running the Mars in the top lane, and then Miracle in towards the mid, and that pushes Mind Control on that Darkseer towards the off lane, because there was like we were having some kind of debate like where's Mars going to end up. We've always seen him on the side lane so far. Like, can
like
you
it.
actually run him as a mid?
I mean, you can definitely run it as a 1. That's the thing. It's a strong hero concept, but when you've got Miracle Morph, typical hyper carry, you're good to go. And also, by the way, this is Miracle Morph. I know it's a new patch, folks, but this is... well, what's his record on this hero like in the last few months? Something crazy like 20-2. This is before Liquid was dominating again. They were exiting tournaments early a couple of times. And this matchup middle is interesting because while I think Monkey could be favored, it's a 0 armor hero against a Morph that's going to be dealing already 65 damage. 10 damage advantage, and this is before the Wraith Bands are completed and the extra attribute shifts come out.
Well, Fada's already going to have a bit of a hard time in mid. GH just walks up and stuns him, so Fada, I think his mind was still back in game 1. That's allowing GH to come in close. And
he feels like he's still in game 1, like, oh god, not again. Another hard matchup. GH won't leave me alone.
Yeah. How do I get my distance here? While up on top lane, it's the same type of harassment from Kuro going for this Blightstone with the tree and just trying to harass Ace out of the lane. Very difficult to do against Nabadan. Like this seems to be the hero. Even in the last patch, you're probably going to translate into this patch as well, just to enable a lane.
Yeah. And it kind of shuts down Kuro's harass damage. Traditionally, Furion would crush Abaddon in lanes, but the new style, you know, you just let the troll deal damage, take damage, and you just heal him up. PPD has no real... He doesn't have to play in the lane. It's just a 1v2, but he's keeping his troll at full HP.
Actually bringing a third up. I think Sux is actually really set on where he wants to go, and thanks to this Observer Ward in mid, Fada is able to dodge any kind of movement from GH now. In fact, GH sees the Rubik coming. Well, you know how I said, like, dodge it. Okay, he could take it from GH. Enough to get the stacks up over on Fada, which is where he would like to be.
Yeah, it's just, this is tough, and I always feel like dual lanes favor Morphling. It's one of the heroes we've seen dual lane mid, like, throughout all of Dota history. The Lich Morph, I think, goes back to, like, almost, I don't want to say TI1, but it was like TI2 or 3. And you just don't need levels to maintain a huge damage advantage, whereas Monkey King is a very level-dependent hero, and you suffer greatly if you're forced to dual lane.
Yep. It's a nice rune to pick up at double damage, just to beat into the Rubik. 2 Mangoes and 5 Tangos, like, that's more than enough to regen up. Meanwhile, Morphling is not having the greatest time. Miracle is now out of consumables. The Courier is bringing some fresh ones in the form of a salve, but not much more than that as PPD has to shield up. Matumba's getting the body block off, and there it is. 1 rebuke to get the kill onto PPD. They've been very patient on this top lane.
Oh, hang on, mid. Oh, Fada might go for this. Nope.
Strength off. Salve up. You got it.
No, not bad. Not a bad trade for Miracle, though. Trading a salve for the stun. This mid matchup will get difficult. If you can kill Morphling once, Fada gets that level and advantage, that could be the difference maker, and all of a sudden, Miracle won't have many places left to go. Up top, though, Ace only level 2, going to pursue Kuro a bit, but really not much you can do in this scenario. And bottom is just, it's like we see every game with the Darkseer in it. You just have Mind Control playing one side of the map, farming jungle with a creep wave, as 3-3 pulls the enemies to the hard camp, and they both just free farm.
Ace might get pinned here. Oh no, GH doesn't actually stun up Ace himself. I like how they've blocked the pull camp with the Observer Ward. So NIP actually blocking inside their own jungle, just to ensure there is no pull through, so Mind Control can't just escalate.
It's a great move, too, because it also provides some valuable vision. So it somewhat safeguards middle and your own woods, but more importantly, it removes 100 gold per minute from the Darkseer's pockets.
They're keeping these chain stuns going. Fada knows he can just turn around for a slap down. Spy Carapace, GH wanted it. He really wanted Fada to let that one go. Now he'll get the slap onto Miracle.
And the heal as well. He even put Yeah, he's going to go for the 202 build, but that's the thing. If you can get level 5, level 6 early, that's when Fada can just start to 1v2 for real, because you can't outdo his lifesteal and damage amp from the Jingu.
God, fun matchups in the lanes. And everything is still going to be a little bit more passive. Like Darkseer and 33 don't get to battle against each other. Kuro is getting pressured by Ace. So even if he does die here, like,
oh, another root.
Yeah, stick charge it. He can't tango any further. And Ace will find the kill. But while this is happening, Matumba's still getting solo experience in the lane, still getting the farm he wants.
Yeah, but it is a Mars versus Troll, so I feel like Nip's going to be happy with the way this game's played out thus far. And anytime I ever see heroes like Night Stalker are the worst to give away this much of an advantage to, because you have no wave clear. But now, 3-3, you can see he pops Darkness. It's before the first nighttime. He's already got Darkness available. He'll have his core items online, the Treads and the Windlace. He already has the gold. And sure, Darkseer free farm, but it's way more valuable in a hero like NS that has no ability to kill creeps.
What a great time to take the fight as well. Because then now they go for the 5-minute bounty runes as well.
I'm surprised he's... Oh, he's just going to rush Midas, isn't he, on 3-3? I was like, why isn't he spending his gold? But yeah, he'll have a Midas finished before 6 minutes. That's wild.
He's got Treads lined up at the moment.
He's had that lined up for a while, though. It's definitely just a Midas at this point. Whenever if you're at 1,500 gold and you have a Glove of Haste and it's 5 minutes in, you buy the Midas. And this is the big danger where, yeah, sure, Darkseer, you know, he's got his game, but Darkseer always has a game. Night Stalker, not necessarily. And if there's any player that I don't want NIP to be able to play around, it's 3-3. And he's on one of his signatures now in that NS. It just feels exactly where NIP wants to be in this game. He'll be able to accelerate and take map control for his team once, just whenever he wants, really.
He actually bought the Treads. Oh, everything's back on the Curry and is flying out right now. Now, I can kind of believe in the whole like Hand of Midas thing, but I was also wondering, because you were mentioning during the drafting phase, like, where is the AoE?
Yeah.
Like, where is this going to come from? It's the small change up to the Night Stalker to actually have that AoE void. Obviously, it requires the upgrade.
But Toby,
but it's
no.
something. It's something.
No, I was like, wait, what, did they change something? And no, you're trying to tell me that Ags will be the difference maker.
I'm watching these patch notes closely. See who tries it at least.
I can agree with this move. I would have gone Midas most likely, but that's also why I'm a commentator. This means that 3-3 is going to look to get aggressive early, and he'll be able to stay active in this bottom lane instead of just being a farm bot for the next couple minutes as he finishes, you know, the items that allow him to move map, like, you know, boots. Now instead you've got Treads. Maybe he can look to TP top at a point. Very threatening hero now. Has a point saved, and yeah, he will skill the silence as expected. PPD going to pursue Kuro a bit, but not much doing there.
Oh, Matumba's actually moving over, hoping for some level of tree. He's going to put down the blood roll. Let's go for it. GH just chainstunning and keeping him on the edge. I'm going to come up with different names for Arena of Blood every single time.
Well, it is kind of a mouthful. Bottom.
Yep. They're coming underneath the tower. Here's 33 once again into the darkness. Rubik can't get in range. They'll come underneath the tier 2 tower. With the fortification, mind control still back, and he'll get picked up, throw him back down again. They're underneath the tier 3 tower, trying to find this kill while Liquid were pressuring the top. But it doesn't matter when you know you can get away with it.
Yep, and that's the 3-3 Night Stalker, right? It's nighttime. And this is a hero that is terrifying when this strong. In fact, you cannot ask for a better game as a Night Stalker than I'm laning 1v1 against a Darkseer. Even in a solo lane mid, you're rarely going to have an opportunity to get near perfect CS. And 3-3 has 54. And the beauty of this hero is, again, once you're online, he's got Medallion complete as well. He will be able to just continuously roam. He's staying bottom because, I mean, look at mind control. Like, he's got no ability to play bottom anymore just because of the nighttime. It's a 2-level advantage for the Night Stalker. And it almost feels like the Darkseer as a hero concept right now is self-punishing, because 2 games in a row now, it's just giving away total free farm to a very powerful enemy core.
Yeah. Like, it'd be better if you could actually be taking the farm from inside the jungle as well. You boost up this speed timing of the team fight items to get that mech, to get the Greaves, or whatever else you need.
He's going to go for the HOD straight away, but until he picks that up, Liquid will have a tough time making plays around the map.
They're going up to PPD again. Matumba, he's going to drop down the Blood Bowl once more, but there's 3 players from NIP standing inside of this, so you pop that off, but it doesn't really do much apart from play a very fancy tune.
Yeah, GH, I mean, the supports of Liquid are just both suffering. Only level 4 as we approach the 10-minute mark. Of course, now the double tome is available at 10 in just 50 seconds or so both will hit 6 soon. But again, definitely favoring NIP and the way their lineup needs to run. They had to get this early laning phase advantage, and they want to continue to look to make moves, and here we go.
TPing out already. Matumba doesn't want anything to do with this. Kuro's pulled the wave down. This tower is gone. GH should be in a little bit of trouble in bottom river, while Kuro's in trouble up on top. Both trying to run away, as Kuro will die in the, should die in the tree lines. Yep, the strike will do it.
And a lot of space for Miracle in the mid lane, though, going for that no boots 4 Wraithband build. Look at that, 121 damage. What a hero.
Fada's coming to defend.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know, when he jumps like that, like it almost looks like he's stickless.
Runes are spawning 10 seconds. You have Darkness available on 3-3. He's going to pop it immediately.
Yeah,
going for Matumba, man.
Straight up for the Void, follow up with the Silence, and there's little to nothing they can do about it. In fact, they even get the chain stun over onto GH, baiting out early with the Spike Carapace, so 33 does not have to stop. He'll continue his rampage through. That's now 4 kills out of the 7 of NIP into the hands of the Night Stalker.
Now this is, I mean, I'll keep saying it's the dream game for 3-3. So far, he's done admirably. He's continuing to apply pressure where he can. It was a great silence timing. It was just as Matumba Man turned to try and get the spear away for a bit of peel. Mid, they're going for him.
Easy jump in through the back. Having the silence, having the slow, there's nothing Morphling can do about it, and he can't dispel anymore either.
Yep. I'm going to look to finish this mid tower, but no darkness, but it's a level 10 Night Stalker with Medallion, so he doesn't even mind. Already 2,000 gold save.
There's your Blood Bowl going down once again. 4 heroes caught inside of it. They're pushing back the Rubik. They at least want to get the kill onto the support. Able to claim, so PPD could not keep him alive. Fada can't find the angle he wants for the Boundless Strike.
Gotta be careful. That was, that's a Jingu with a stun available on the Monkey King.
Troll took tier 1 tower in the meantime, up on top. So you're doing all of this. The fight's going on, but it's still NIP gaining the advantage across the map.
And you've got to, again, it's the team fights, though. That's what you got to be careful about. So far, NIP definitely dominating, but it's more difficult as this game continues to assert their strength around the map. They're always split, still playing 3 lanes when possible. But eventually, you're going to need a 5-on-5, and Mars will be online. The Darkseer will be online, and things can get dicey.
Now Liquid are moving down to the bottom lane now. 33 is the one who's a little isolated. There's still another 3 minutes before nighttime's going to return for him. And he knows how far he can stay out. And when the Dire fortify up their towers, it was just to try and delay the mid-tier 1. But it pushes the wave a little too hard for him.
He's got to be careful. He has Darkness up in 18 seconds. Got to be real cautious, though, because Liquid could look to just dive here. They know that the NIP lineup was all mid, as 4 heroes were showing on that tier 1.
NIP's vision as well is looking for this kind of control over the southern side of the map. Like their wards are all behind the tier 1 towers.
It's all about playing in the lanes. You can see Liquid.
Tumba's got to spear him. The Blood Bowl comes up. 33 can't jump back out of this one. TP support's coming in. The former Fada able to get a double Boundless Strike. A quick surge away, but he jumps forward even further with the range axes. Mind control, silenced up. There's nothing he can do. He's got 10 stick charges available, but no surge up, and they just try the TP away. Mind control will die, and Matumba has to skewer 33 as far back as possible, but this movement speed, 486 plus the jumping forward. Matumba will be slow, begins his TP out, but the Rubik is there to stop it, even having a spear to let rip if he wants to, but he doesn't do so.
Yeah, but if you look around the map, though, it's that same concept Liquid loves to utilize, where, sure, you're losing 2 heroes bottom, but they're having 1 hero hit mid tower, 1 hero hitting top tower, and Miracle, no intention of joining this game until he is ready to fight. And you take the little loss. You know, it's something I talk about a lot, where I think that the great teams, they really show their separation, not by how well they exploit enemy mistakes, but by how effectively they minimize their losses. Because you're always going to lose heroes, but you don't want to lose the extra ones that lead to disaster. And wow, that was a very simple kill for Mind Control the Nyx.
That was so cool. He was just watching him until the Wrath of Nature was going to kick in, and Mind Control surging in the Hellbear. Now can they find the Monkey King? Bouncing around the tree lines, he'll head towards the north and head even further towards the north before TPing away to safety.
Really perceptive there to go top instead of bottom, because he knows that the Prophet is a potential TP risk and chooses to go in the more unexpected direction.
Thought I was going to lead there anyway. He had his items waiting for him at the mid-tier 1 tower, so he knew just how hard he was going to push this.
Yeah. You have Diffusal soon on Troll. You're hitting a quick timing, and I love the way Nip is itemized here, where it's all about those early, like 2,000 to 3,000 gold items that allow you to continue to scale.
Now we're going to test the Morphling. A double damage over on Fada. Miracle gets just far enough away from the bouncing movement.
Yep. And you're going to have Diffusal Troll pretty soon, and Monkey King with the Echo Saber, and it's really cool what 3-3's done. After the Medallion Drums, he's going to go for a Blink Dagger.
They're going after the Rubik once again, but he gets Vendetta. He actually
huge.
stole Vendetta
And it
out
applies
of GH.
Break as well, keep in mind, which doesn't actually do anything unless they go for Matumba Man to remove the 1-point bulwark. But still, it's a break.
Okay, I worried. Yep, sure, great. Yep. Just like
Bounty runes, 15
just like
seconds.
AoE Void's a good thing too. Fada's looking for his attack in towards the mid. Bounty runes would be fantastic, but you need to clean up the space first. You have Darkness ready from 33, or Dark Ascension, as we now have to call it. Because we can't keep things the same way. Everything has to change, right?
Yeah. It is nighttime, however, though, so this is the 5-minute window Nip we're looking for. You've got a bit of a lead, you've got the tower advantage, you've got more map control. Now it's time to exploit it. Find the kills, throttle Liquid, get some more towers, hopefully try and secure Roche before day breaks.
They want that IP. They want to take that tier 2 tower up on top. If FaZe gets left alone, he knows he can do it. And Kuro is already preparing the defense. But with PPD and Fada both hovering around, Mind Control doesn't want to come and join this just yet. He doesn't really have an item to help. He went for the Dominator build over on the Darkseer.
Dire's top tower
And
is
it's worked out so far. It's probably one that, I think we would discuss this before, like it's one of the few heroes you actually would still build a Dominator on.
Yeah, well, it's just, you don't take over catapults. You want to play with an actual creep that has some sort of disable damage amp. And that's exactly what he's doing with this Hellbear Smasher. Darkness popped by 3-3, just gonna look to fly around, find some kills. It's just really a tool to find Liquid and force them back, because if you look at their heroes, how do you actually kill a Night Stalker with drums and near 2,000 HP?
Oh, nice deny. Kuro is actually just in range to get the hit. Miracle wants to help out. 33 coming through the rear. They silence over on the Morphling, but he's already strength morphing up, and that's going to be huge if he can just stay alive long enough, but he cannot. The damage output from Ace is ridiculously high. He's going up to Kuro, and the huge stun! A 3-man stun! Wukong command will come out from Fada, and Liquid, they're trying to run back out. This one, Darkseer will create a little bit more panic thanks to the wall. PPD's copying so much damage from the tower. GH wants to come out, but there's a sentry ward down. He's got to be careful. He is currently visible to them. 33 is already beginning his TP. They want to go after Matumbaman.
And 3-3's already on the way, booking it for him.
And it's because you've got the Spear of Mars. Rubik just needs to slow him down, and then he can push him over into the trees, keeping him pinned. And now Matumba, he's trying to run back out, totally silenced, which is why that arena is in the hands of Rubik.
That's huge. You're talking about lack of AoE control. Well, there you go.
Yep.
Sox is here to provide it, who was actually just sitting bottom during that entire sequence, just trading with Matumba Man. And even though Liquid, they're losing the tower top, like they're losing the Morphling, it doesn't matter. They still have to keep these heroes splitting the map because they cannot 5v5. And, like, even with Strength Morph, this is just an unbelievable amount of damage, and Miracle implodes. And partly it's because when you go full strength, you lose all your armor, plus the medallion applied. He's taking more than pure damage from these crazy fast auto attacks of the Troll ult and the Night Stalker with max passive.
It's at that point that you just said, like, I shouldn't have been morphing up.
Yeah. Well, it's tough, right? You kind of needed to, but there's just not enough on his side to keep him alive.
I need the raw HP, but 33 was hitting at over 200 a pop. Troll was starting to attack even faster.
Yeah, you can see Nip is going to try and set up for Roche, it looks like. They're going to draw some lines. They've got great vision. Kuro will find the one to the right of his shrine. They still have another one in the lane to deal with. And they replaced this one. I want to point it out down at the bottom shrine by Radiant. That's why they were able to kill Matumba Man. And it's a very critical part of the Nip game plan where you know Liquid's avoiding you. They're going to be mirroring the map. You want to make sure you have vision in your own woods so you're able to catch out these pesky rats as they try and invade through your woods.
Good observer and sentry. Let GH know Ace was coming for him. Using Diffuser Blade just to slow him up. There wouldn't have been a way to run out if he was caught in the open.
Oh, look. Oh, Miracle?
Oh
my God.
Oh, boy.
He just got blinked on.
Yeah. Blink Dagger is up from 33. I didn't think 33 had as many problems closing the distance anyway. He'll take Kuro as well. Oh boy. They were not ready for that, Team Liquid. And that's now an opportunity to push down mid.
And you talk about the 5-minute window. We've only used 4 of it, and NiP have secured multiple kills along with what will soon be their second tier 2. Nighttime.
Liquid aren't ready to fight. Like, they're getting Vlad's up, but Darkseer still needs to complete that mech. They need the burst heal. They need that team fight sustain.
It's not even the sustain, Toby. It's damage. Who's going to do damage? You've got a Vlad's on Mars, sure, but he's got no initiation tool. And Miracle is still not a Dota hero. He's got a Yasha.
Mind Control's dead. 33 just blinks himself down, gets the silence up. There's the arena from Rubik, and he's even going to steal Iron Shell. Extra damage on to 33, and Mind Control actually burns to his own ability stolen.
And they're going to get the creep as well. And again, what is the reason for this? The ward. They know exactly where Mind Control is and is not. And it's so simple. Soxa is not leaving bottom lane, and you need 1 teleport onto the shrine to ensure you find that kill.
Matalman tries to push him back quickly with the rebuke. And maybe with the Spy Carapace, they can keep this under from the troll. Warlord Fada faking out the Wukong command. But when you got PPD sitting behind you, your shield, you miscoil. You can't do anything.
How do you kill him? How do you actually get on top of a Batten? Your draft has a major issue right now as Liquid. You can't get onto the back line of NIP. You don't have the reach, and you don't have the damage output. They're going to lose 4 bounty runes. And if NiP play this right, like, they can just clean up Roche and look to end game next nighttime, or at the very least take one of those huge team fights that busts it open.
And NIP are being so cautious about going for this Roshan. Like, it's taking them so long to go in when you're going to troll Warlord. Now PPD, oh, this will help. When he's on a warding mission, you can catch him out. There's 5 sentries and 1 observer the PPD was looking to get down. And they needed him dead. Can you be fast enough, Liquid, to get into Roshan and get back out? Can you steal it? Is this...
No way.
No?
You also keep in mind that you know that the PPD support will have enough gold to buy back, because Lord knows it's not as if he's spent much of it on items. In fact, it's 5 sentries, a ward, 4 clarities, a smoke, a mango, tranquils, and a magic.
But he was short by 140, so
he did that. He bought out while he was dead. And we got darkness popped. We'll be fading soon. But still, no real pressure for NiP to make moves. They've got great vision up still, and they're just continuing to control 60–70% of the map. Try and starve out Liquid's heroes. Only Miracle with the space to thrive at the moment.
Yeah. That mech is now done, so at least that sustain we're talking about is arriving. Sentry Ward, GH just caught in both the edge of him. They've got 2 in this mid lane, but Tubberman's moving over. He's got the Iron Shell up. He pushed down the wall. Heavy damage into PPD. Ace also isolated on the front lines, but no, he ain't isolated. You're trapped in there with him. He just moves through, getting the double kill through GH and Tubberman. A hot knife through Butter, and Mind Control wants to keep his run going as well. Miracle, he's farming up while watching his teammate try and run back out. Wanted Depth to strike to push him back. But Fada's ready to fight once more.
And I just love that. It's very important. You look at all the cores on the side of NiP. They have had 6 active item slots since like 12 minutes, and they continue to buy these cheaper upgrades. Echo Diffusal on the Monkey King, a Drums into the Blink, now a Solar coming out for 3/3, and Ace just going Diffusal BKB with triple Wraith Band. You have to spend your gold so that you can maintain your advantage to grow it and keep Liquid outmatched. It's very important. If they had tried to go for slower progressions like Battle Furies and an Axe Knights or whatever crazy thing you're talking about, they would not be able to apply this much pressure and get the objectives, the Roche, and continue to thrive. Like, this is exactly how you got to play the draft.
Yeah.
Now you pick up the Aegis. It's 2.5 minutes to nighttime, and that's where you're trying to create that game-winning advantage next time the moon comes out.
Look at him already move so quickly up to top. Fada going after Kuro. He TP'd up towards the top lane. His TP scrolls on cooldown. He's going to sprout up, and Fada feeling like pressure was coming way too quick. Sentry Ward is down, so they can see GH moving forward, and the Iron Shell burn damage is on PPD. Look at that quick Centaur, bringing him through the side. They'll actually trigger off the borrowed time. The Centaur still going into the tree line, but everyone else is arriving. 33 into Ascension, blinks forward. They'll get the kill onto GH. Fada, that's a nice KS.
The Blink's actually such a cool item because both Nyx and Morph, right, have instant abilities to save themselves. Whereas if you just pop Silence Blink in, there's nothing they can do, and he does enough damage by himself to kill cores.
And now he goes again.
The Manta won't even help them, remember.
Turns him.
It's no longer targeted, it's AoE, so if you just stay on top of him as 3/3, there's no way for Miracle to get that Morph off.
Oh, Kuro. He was just trying to push out the lane. Now he gets hit by the range axis, has all of his trees instantly cleaned up.
Oh, Miracle's surging forwards, though. Looking for 3/3. Stay time for a while.
Mind Control with him. And look at the quick TPs coming in. Both the supports from NIP. They know who they protect. They protect the 807 Night Stalker. That's a big kill spree if Liquid can claim him.
Oh, yeah. Actually, none of the cores on the side of NIP have died yet. In fact, Peter has all but one of his team's deaths.
Sacrificial man. Let's have a quick look at this again. So Fada slaps him down. One more attack. He thought that was enough turns. Hits him, but just a quick charge up. And Kuro's able to survive.
Let's see. You still, you know, it's a bit dicey, but this is why the game's supposed to be slow. They're going to smoke now. I like this, but you have 40 seconds NIP before you've got darkness,
Ace.
nighttime, and rune spawn.
His smoke breaks on GH. They know the Nyx has to be somewhere around him. Kuro's already beginning his TP out. Mind control surging away to safety. And this smoke will go begging. And look at Kuro so quickly.
Oh, they found Miracle.
Wait, what? Miracle?
That was all Fada.
Radiant's middle tower
Fada just opened on him, and there's nothing Miracle could do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is...
Well, as problematic.
This is before Nip peak as well. Like they still have Aegis to utilize if they want it. They're chasing after mind control.
That's a hard
Not
chase.
giving enough. If it was nighttime though, 3-3 would have had the space to catch, but
Dire's bottom
not
tower
quite enough. He'll now TP top. Gonna look for these runes, but will not find them. Probably gonna just pop darkness and look to scout. In fact, that's what he looks to do
Oh,
immediately.
Kuro. He was, I don't know exactly what he was coming over for. The sun's already been used and Kuro's TP out and will be in time. Meanwhile, GH in the top river also having some problems. Fada, easy stack up, easy kill.
Yep. Just love it. Nip playing. It's just you zigzag, sweep, push a lane, show a couple heroes, but all three of your cores can just play so quickly that they cover more ground than Liquid, who even though they're still trying to play 3 lanes, trying to split push, they just can't do the typical Liquid where they lose the one support and that's it. They're just consistently being hunted. And there's not much you can do about it because you don't have that offensive capability. You don't have initiation. And even if you did, there's PPD in the back line just waiting with no pressure on him whatsoever to cast spells or even buy items. It's still just triangles, wards, and magic wand.
You know, I'd say it was in the back line, but right now, like a PPD looks like he's immortal. He just runs towards the front lines to get try and have this little bit of a battle. Mind control picked up and thrown around. 33's in the back lines. I think his own observer in Sentry. So he sees 33 coming in, and he's actually just going to kill off 33 so quickly. It is a 1-for-1 trade-off, the Rubik being the sacrificial lamb of NIP. Hilariously enough, worth more than GH.
Yeah. It's because, remember, it's team net worth is no longer...
Matumba was so close to actually spearing the monkey down.
Huh. And that was all because Ace was farming top. They knew he had TP'd, and it's a good move from Liquid. Like, they're not playing a bad game. Conceptually, they're making the right decisions. They're just outmatched in terms of how these drafts match up right now. And Troll was top. You know he's top. You've got to try and make plays on the other side of the map because right now, if NIP get a 5v5, they're going to be able to clean a Rax off of it very quickly. And you just need to live through the night, see another day, and then hope that Miracle will be at a point where you're strong enough to fight. And he should be. He'll have E-Blade in 4 or 5 minutes or so. It's when things change just a little bit in Liquid's favor.
They just need to buy that time if you're Team Liquid. But how do you do that? NIP are still looking to be aggressive. This Aegis the Immortal on Ace, as long as it's up, NIP will feel pretty immortal just to run forward. They're already pretty damn good as it is. Like Night Stalker, he's on the hunt once again. Doesn't find anyone close, just ensures they get the vision, and there's that Aegis Immortal gone. So it times out, PPD isolated in the mid. Support's coming over, they want to lock him inside the wall, and PPD needs to die very, very quickly. Matumba can't spear him in, the rest of them are surviving, and here's Miracle jumping in, they get the kill over on the Abandon, but the double stun. Fada, his positioning is perfect. Pick him up, throw him down, then surging. Ace forward, they're looking for the kill, they're looking for Miracle. He'll waveform up and continue his run forward. He transforms himself into the Monkey King and tries to get as far away as possible, up into the trees and away to safety, while Kuro, well, he takes the tier 1 tower.
It's like they realized they were pursuing the adult Triceratops, only to realize that there was an isolated youngling over to the left. They pick up a free kill on the Furion.
They're going to go up mid now. You're seeing NIP just turn that momentum into the tier 3 tower in mid.
Yeah.
And how's the defense going to work? You do actually have, like, the Darkseer back wall. This will be bigger. This will actually be huge. If they can find the kill, Matumba's the biggest thing they can claim, and he will be actually picked up, thrown back down again, finally put down into the dirt. Buyback is available, and 33, careful how deep you want to go. They want to force buybacks, but it ain't going to happen. Mind control still is going to be the best defense here. Vac in a wall. very problematic for NIP to move into. This is 28 minutes in.
But look at the levels, Toby. It's not even the net worth. Look at the levels.
33's just beating the tier 3 tower on bottom lane. He's GH, all right, searching forward. And he just blinks away to safety.
Oh,
and Iron Shell stolen.
It's big. You can see Liquid suffering a bit just because they don't have the wave clear of previous lineups. A lot of it because Matumba Man is on a Mars and not a hero like Lone Druid. And Nip, like, this has always kind of been the way to beat Liquid, right? You get online faster than they are, you have more wave clear, and you kill them. Liquid is a much stronger team when you are on a clock, and it just doesn't feel like Nip is.
They're
right
going
now.
right after that Rubik. Pick him up, throw him down. Fada gets the double stun. The Spike Carapace stuns him back, but the Rubik, he will still go down while the ball in the back. Mars is trying to battle against Ace, but the BKB won't do much. Maybe with mind control solutions. No, that doesn't even do anything either. Fada keeping the aggression going over towards GH. He has no way to evade this one. Maybe he does. Ghost Scepter, the jump down Void comes off cooldown, and GH will be a double kill into Fada. Kuro is just trying to do as much as he can with the split push. This is optimistic side lane.
Look at what he's got. It's like, look, guy, I can't do anything to help you, so I'm going to continue to PvE.
And he dodges Fada. He's going to TP himself away to safety. Even half cancels it, so he show himself after the Sprout timed out. But he can't get the bounty runes.
Yeah, you will have an E-Blade soon on Miracle, but man, when you're... It feels like every single core on Nip plus Sox's Rubik will just kill Miracle, and that's not a place you want to be as this hero.
So here's that initiation start again. So GH hits the Vendetta. Without the E-Blade pop, just takes so long, but a great Spike Carapace means there's no instant follow-up into Miracle.
Yeah, but look, he got the Agimorph, that was the issue, so he actually just took himself all the way down. Because when you start Agimorphing and you've already lost some HP, it punishes you even harder. He goes to like 300 and just gets killed immediately. Free Roach now for NIP, even with 5 alive on Liquid, you just can't come into the pit.
Yeah. Without the Darkseer having his combination either, like, it just seems almost impossible.
Yeah, and I like this choice from Ace as well. He's going back for the Battle Fury, partly to help him accelerate. It's a ton of raw damage, but mostly so that he doesn't get Sprout locked by the very annoying and pesky Kuro Prophet.
Hey, I'm just going to laugh my ass off. If this Aghanim Scepter pick up on Kuro is able to get the full split push, and that is what he's going for.
I just don't know if it's a thing, Toby. It's cool in theory, and I like that Liquid Kuro recognizes we really won't ever be able to team fight Nip. All we've got to do is just stall. And if we can keep our base alive for another 20, 30 minutes, we will have a Morphling. But outside of that, it's tough for me to find a window for them to actually create opportunities in the game. They need Nip to make mistakes, get picked off, lose a core here and there. In a 5-on-5, they're hopeless.
Liquid just need more trees. That's the way to do it. Here's to jump in once again from 33. A Ghost Scepter. GH picked up and thrown back down again. And Rubik, well, he does get the Spike Carapace. GH can't get the double stun. He's got no way to TP away from this one. Just trying to get out of range of the Sentry Ward. And he was just on the tip of it.
Yeah, Soxa now with Aether Lens, the cast range, talent, along with Impale. So he represents...
Oh, Kuro. 33. Just got to punch him down. Able to do so. No buyback available. He got him. He only just got him too.
Poor Kuro. It's still daytime for a while, but Nip now, you've got 2 dead, and they're just continuing to chase. Mind Control's in some trouble now. He'll surge.
He had to commit the wall for this. This is not what Mind Control wanted. He needs that for the high ground defense if NIP is going to push the issue. And with Cheats and Monkey King, they may do exactly that.
I think they will. Like they've got Impale on Soxa. He's so strong at the moment. And they're all 3 cores, really. All 3 cores are so strong, not just in terms of damage output, but you've got a BKB on the Troll and the Monkey. Everyone's got over 2,000 health. 3-3 at over 3,000. He has 5,000 gold on 3-3 saved right now. I like the Hex. It's not a bad choice here. It means he can just blink in on anybody that he'd like and probably finish him off himself.
I just love it. The Wrath of Nature hits the creep wave, and at this point, like, it's an instant kill. Like, they went from 100% to 0. The Wrath of Nature just connects, and push. And Kuro creep skipping out the mid. So even with this fight going on, Liquid just want to disengage. They don't want to have this. All they want to do is just keep these creep waves fighting and keep NIP's attention away from the Nature's Prophet, away from the Darkseer.
And to win this, what you're going to need to do is Nip, you wait for nighttime, and you actually still have to keep playing this guerrilla warfare style. If you're ever 5 heroes pushing down a lane, Liquid are going to force you back to your base, cut your waves with ease. So you're going to want to show most likely the Troll plus the Abaddon as the Monkey King, Night Stalker, Rubik. You just keep crisscrossing, because there's no real threat on the side of Liquid unless you walk into an invisible GH.
I'm still just watching Kuro trying to hit his 14 so he can get the +4 trinket summon. and then it's going to be the push down the side lanes as much as he possibly can. Don't think 10 armor is really going to work his way, but he just, like, the treants are holding back the wave on bottom. Then he can actually hit multiple waves with the Wrath of Nature. Top lane, trouble. Fada actually having to BKB. Mind control. Actually use the Monkey King illusion. Fada will have to consume the cheese. As GH keeps his run going, Spike Carapace available, trying to wait out the BKB half a second, and then he's able to hit that stun. Can't turn around for anything more, however. As on bottom, 33 looking for his own kill into Miracle, so both are going to go down. A long death timer on both. They have buybacks available.
It's just perfect. Ace is just continuously showing in lane, pushing waves, thanks to the addition of the
again.
Battle Fury. And yeah,
Catching
just keep
Kuro
hunting.
out too far. Matama tries to skewer him back. 33 saw that coming from a mile away, and they try and surge away Kuro, maybe with the mech. The Vac creating some space. Kuro doesn't have the movement speed away.
Nice
then they're able to actually hit, spearing in Mars into his own tree with his own ability. The stun just lasts forever. Mars will go down as well. No buyback available for Matamaman. And NIP, they want this mid lane of Frax. Miracle has bought back, and they'll fortify to keep things alive.
Look at the creep. Oh my god, they're trying so hard just to kill these creep waves. They get mid, so you will have to delay this push on the side of NIP until this Mars is coming back alive. But it just feels... It feels like I'm watching the Titanic slowly take on water, Toby. It doesn't matter how much you bail it out. You're going down.
Quick, close the section, close the section. We'll sacrifice GH in the bulkheads. It's fine, Saska. Here's a jump forward, pick him up, throw him back down again. It's just never-ending chain stuns under mind control. And 33 able to hit the silence. The mana burning off a lot. Fada, not a healthy man, but Darkseer not as healthy either. Going down, buybacks available. 7 seconds till Mars is back up and alive. Not to mention, maybe with the Spike Carapace, they're keeping Fada under control. This tier 3 tower is still up.
Double catapult.
Double catapult indeed. The damage is just so good. GH, Spike Carapace just waiting for Fada to throw out every single time. Now Matama are well off on the skewer, but they actually get the shotgun down and the wall down with the all. They actually hold up them in the arena. Maybe they have enough damage to follow up. Do they get back in there? 33 and PPD, they just stand their ground. Now the stun in from Miracle. He's actually just stolen the whole ability thanks to the Morphling. 33 up in the air. Miracle, he needs the kill and he got it. A huge streak to end on 33. Kuro gets PPD as well, and they are looking to pick up any other pieces, but everyone's out from NIP. They're all looking for the runes, and
oh my
Team
God.
Liquid actually hold.
That was huge because, dude, Mind Control or Miracle got nearly 2,000 gold off the fight. Watch this. So the Aegis is ticking out. I don't know if this is Liquid just getting lucky or somehow having like godly game sense because they immediately initiate as the Aegis fades. That's wild. And now they're going to look to push. Miracle suddenly has like a BKB in a second because he got both of those huge streaks off that last engagement.
We come live. Matamaman needs to get himself out of here. Mind Control's able to surge him away to safety. If they can force a buyback, this is already a victory. There's one from the Abaddon, but it's not the one they want.
Keep going.
They need it to come out over on this damn Troll Warlord.
And yeah, I know he's still not gotten the net worth of the Troll, but like this is a Miracle Morphling with an E-Blade Manta. Look at the base damage coming out, over 300.
He hits so hard, they bring down the tier 3 tower. Can't believe Team Liquid are the first team to actually achieve that in this game. Here we go, the Arena of Blood's back up again. It was stolen. PPD in a hell of a lot of trouble, dead for 90 seconds. As you said, no buyback available, and they go onto the melee racks. You can steal the Earthspike, get a double stun, and here comes Troll Warlord. What has he got? Ace triggers the BKB, looking for the kill. Fire through the back lines, doesn't go for the stun just yet. Focus on the top, but instead at Morphling. He's in so deep, and that will be a dead morph. No buyback available. Mind Control, he's going to hold him inside the wall while everyone else from Liquid will retreat.
But look at the base damage.
Two heroes that do not have buyback for a minute and a half. The base damage is great.
Look, a tier 3 tower almost going down as well. Remember, they moved the double catapult wave starting to spawn from 30 to 35, but of course that's when the action occurred anyway. Both teams suffering heavy casualties, but look at this GH. He's just gonna get the mid wave and get out.
Oh, meme.
That's so huge.
The meme hammer is alive. They're keeping the range creep up. There's one range creep that's able to survive, and they're going to push with it.
Yeah.
And that is probably bigger than anything else. Even Solar Crescent to keep it up.
It's just such a huge win still.
Oh, Kuro, he's going again. He summons the tree. No, no. There's an Ice Stalker there.
But it doesn't matter. There's not enough wave clear on through 3. The assistance of Soxa will certainly help, but if not, that would have been able to delay it for even some more time. You could see Matumbaman and GH came out of the base together just to ensure they could kill that pesky range creep that was wandering down the mid lane. But they bought so much time. Only 40 seconds now remaining on the respawns of both these cores. They'll lose 1 Rax maybe, but you're completely fine with that.
That just levels things up. Here's the jump!
Oh.
Quick silence over onto Matumbaman. The lockdown on GH. He'll die quickly, or maybe not the skewer. Back the Ghost to put him some time. He can spy Carapace and buy even more. No, he cannot. He'll go down, but the buyback is available, as you said. But look at Kuro already. He's actually TPing in towards the mid lane. He's creep skipping it out. If they can clean up this creep wave, then you'd actually lose more. But the jump in, it's the instant stun from the Rubik. The control onto Matumba. He has buyback available. They're going for the tier 4 towers. NIP, they've already taken the mid lane of Rax. They really want to do that. The creep wave is barely still alive. As Kuro, he has creep skipped it out. They need to keep these creeps up there.
BKB on Miracle.
They're going to give it a shot. BKB, as you said, like, will it be enough?
Yeah, they've buyback on Mars too, so if Nip look to collapse into an area, they're just going to get buybacked on and potentially be in trouble.
There's no buyback! 5-man wall is up! The stun follows through. Mars will instantly buy back now. The wall is put down. Looks like that was actually stolen. So there's multiple illusions in. Now Fada goes in for the Wuscon's command. Miracle, he's got to get himself out of this one. Does he actually have the sustain to fight through this one when he turns himself into the... Well, okay, yeah, just run out, Miracle. Be a Nyx assassin if you want to.
But there's no creep wave anymore, Toby. They did their job.
Yep.
And Kuro, once again, he has, you can look, just the way he itemized, he has no intention of ever playing Dota with his team.
And they're going to catch the Rubik. Goodbye.
I love it. I mean, Kuro all of a sudden, by the way, is near 5K gold. So whatever he chooses to buy, it'll be high game impact. Could go for auras. I think it's more likely he gets like a Nullifier, Hex, or Orchid and just continues to play this game by himself.
They start on the Nyx Assassin, everyone together in mind control.
Yeah. It was
pulls
a huge
them all in, and Miracle gets the follow-up chain double stun as the Nyx Assassin. Now he can target his allies.
I think, and that's actually a cool way to talent because it means that you now have just double stun. You have double Nyx stun. If you hit that huge vac wall combo again with a little bit better synergy, if GH isn't the one being initiated on, you have turnaround potential that Nip just cannot deal with.
Keep your eye on Roshan. Remember, this is again this long duration. Third Roshan, he will spawn in 15 seconds time.
Look at what Kuro just queued up.
What did he get? What's he looking at?
Oh, he's doing it. Oh my god.
Actually Octarine coring this?
Oh.
Sure, why not? The never-ending Treants coming down the side lane, so even if NIP do push, his Treants are taking shrines at the moment. Kuro is everywhere. He's a hot rash on NIP's ass.
And this is what
And it's the Aghanims upgrade. With RNG, the Aghanims upgrade again.
Yeah, and this is, I will say, like this last patch was a big nerf to the style of certain teams, like EG, NIP. They like this hard 6 format, right? And I'm loving it for the start of the game, but now you look at Peter's itemization, it hasn't changed. It's not a knock on him, it's just a playstyle thing, whereas Liquid, they pick these supports that scale so much better.
Look, okay, I'm just going to throw this one at you. With this Aghanims upgrade, Morphling has a 600+ cast range, 35% cooldown reduction, and a 50 mana cost reduction as well. You're talking about double stuns? We're going to increase everything from him if they give it to him. But they're coming down mid lane. They want an opening. Ace is the one who will show himself for half a second. Look for the jump from Team Liquid. They don't know what's behind him is the only downside, but they also keep their eyes on Roshan because it's an illusion and a Treant that's just watching Roshan. It's Kuro once again.
Isn't it amazing? It's 41-14. It feels like Liquid are actually like in the winning position. It's 41-14.
It's a 4-1-1-4.
If they were playing NFL football, this would be a mercy rule already called.
No, this is the beautiful thing about Dota. If you think that Dota is so black and white that when you tune in, you look at a kill count, you're like, yeah, this team's ahead, it's bullcrap. Like, really, it's so many great, intricate elements. And now you'll see the start. Ace looking towards Roshan. Kuro's already pushing out the side lane. And they look towards the mid. The Abaddon Illusions are scouting out a lot of information, and they're going to surge forward this little Ogre Frost Mage. My god, he moves quickly. They get the Wrath of Nature hit in as well. And Ace, he's being warded off because look at the Treants on top! What the hell is this? It's like I'm in a bird cage. It's a total menagerie.
Yeah, but where does he go? Straight to bottom.
Yep.
And this is the thing. What's NIP missing? Global mobility. They needed to buy bots on Troll, but that means with no Shrine bottom, there's no threat on Kuro. If he forces the team to top, he can freely go bottom with no threat. There's no possible way any Nip heroes could be behind him with an early teleport.
This cooldown
Darkness
timer is
popped.
ridiculous. They've jumped in, they're gone for the initiation. They're going to get the kill over on Matoman. No buyback available for him. Follow up into
No
the
buyback
excessive.
on GH.
Finally, NIP get what they're looking for. Miracle will be forced back inside the base.
Look at the
They can
mid-creep
go
wave.
for the GG. He has to defensively BKB. Waveform is up. The bash is out. The secondary
He's got no
guys need to
buyback.
hold him. They got
Yes, he does.
him. The buyback. But where's your creep wave? You don't have it because Kuro is pushed on the other side of the bloody map.
Can they just go
may
for it
not
anyway?
need it. They can battle through the backdoor regeneration and
They're
stun
in.
instantly over on the night, over on the mind control. They're going to get the kill over. Triple kill for Fada. Back over to the objective-based gaming. The push is still coming through bottom. Kuro is taking a second lane of Rax. The buyback comes in from Morphling, but Kuro, the Treants are trying to kill off the melee Rax. He got through the tier 3 tower. Can they find anything else? PPD, he's shielded up for the moment. Mind control has to keep this fight going, and that's why Miracle surge forward. PPD will be the sacrifice here. He at least wants to get a kill, but he's got a Gem of True Sight on him. They cannot afford to lose this Abaddon. They thought he was going to be the Immortal. Locked in the trees. 33 is nearby. Hex available, but the Gem will be dropped. Liquid, they only lost a tier 4 tower and half of the other tier 4, and Roshan's available.
Keep in mind, though, there were a lot of buybacks spent. If they can get the Roche, it's certainly worth it. Peter still has no buyback for 20 seconds, but you can see if Nip are able to just get that jump, they still are the only team with real initiation. Sure, you could vac into a stun, but that's just not realistic right now with no blink on Darkseer. They can always strike at a moment's notice, and that's exactly what they did there. They forced 2 buybacks. You can watch like the initiation here. This is just a chase down on Miracle. He's just alone and dies, but
But it was still a great push.
yeah.
And I'm actually just loving the way he builds this as well. So after he hit 25, he went for 2 waveform charges as well. So he's building up his maneuverability. He's making himself so much harder to kill and building into a Skadi. They've got kite potential. They've got sustain. Liquid, yeah, they're still behind a hell of a long way in kills. But like 30 kills separate them, 17K in the net worth, and the gold is up at 18,000. The experience is actually at like 33,000 in favor of NIP. It's ridiculous, but the split push continues. I'm seeing a huge army just continuously pressuring in the bottom lane thanks to this build-up from Kuro, who can now afford a Scythe as well.
The thing is, the tier 2 tops got to die. If Liquid really want to like establish a win condition, because even if Kuro somehow gets this bottom Rax, you've got to assume if Nip are distracted, it's because they're slaughtering Liquid heroes.
Yeah.
Thus, and 2 Rax really just doesn't matter
Fada.
because the damage output of these Nip cores is so high.
PPD is staying with him. He's having to be used to mop this up. Here's your blink in from a
missed it.
No! He misses the skewer back, and now he may have to use his own fresh BKB. The Wrath just bouncing through, but Fada, he's protected for the moment.
He's got no mana now.
It's a great Centaur stun in the backlines, keeping PPD out of this fight. Fada dropping low on mana. Aegis nearby. GH, please take him. That is Liquid's offering to the gods.
You can see Kuro just still furiously trying to shove down these lanes. Constant pressure, even though they're the team down.
Blinks in. He found a big target. That's the huge one. It's into Kuro, and to bring down this Nature's Prophet, he instantly commits buyback. 70 seconds on the sidelines. He won't accept this.
That's the level 25 talent coming into play as well. Plus 140 attack speed on Hunter in the Night. So you are a turret. That is 2 free moon shards whenever darkness pops. 4-3-3. He's just beating into the Roche pit, even with the buyback. I don't think you can do anything about it, Liquid.
So they'll take Roshan.
And the Ags.
This has the Ags upgrade. Watch it closely. Who's gonna claim that?
I think.
Abaddon makes a lot of sense, and yeah, they've got it into PPD's backpack. They may want to change it out for the smoke, however.
He's just chilling. Doesn't need to use it just yet. He wants to make sure before he takes this item, is there anyone on his team that could use it?
Yeah, they gave it to Monkey King.
Ooh.
He's switched over to Monkey King.
What? Which one is that? Is that one of the new ones? I don't remember him having. Yeah, okay.
It's the range, right?
It spawns a monkey soldier near you every 3.5 seconds. Soldiers do not spawn while invisible or on trees. So you've...
Yeah, and then the same things as what's inside of a Wukong's command. It's just a replicated version of that that's able to move a little bit.
No, it can't move. It just stays there.
I've seen it move towards a target, I think.
I mean...
It's an uncontrollable illusion. But
it's not
it'll
illusion.
move towards a target.
I think it's just...
It's the...
Oh, no. It's like replacing itself. It doesn't actually move. It just like picks the... It's like the auto chess movement, actually. It's got to be on the proper block.
I will attack whatever is near me. There we go.
Yeah, it's very much NIP's game. Liquid are just waiting and doing everything in their power to buy, like, they keep NIP 1 or 2 mistakes away from losing the game. And even though NIP are in control, the longer this game goes, the more likely it could be they make that critical misstep, and then Liquid just all of a sudden steal another win day 1 of this tournament.
I would love to just have the stats boys start going through this game because we're about to hit a 30,000 net worth advantage for NIP, 35, actually almost 40,000 in the experience. Like, how high can the deficit be and you still win a game? How many teams have actually won with like a 30K deficit in gold and experience? Because Liquid, they have potential for it, but things are looking better. Ace now has a full Satanic sitting in the backpack. He'll switch that one in when the Aegis will time out, and you got an Abyssal Blade into Monkey King.
Oh yeah, and you've got the Aegis, you've got the cheese, as you said. It's go time, because Nip are also strong enough, they can just play 2 lanes at all times. And that's why they've got both in the base right now. No longer are Liquid able to run and hide. You've got to look to defend your objectives, but how do you do that? 31k gold down, we'll find out.
Now they're cleaning up the lane. Able to get that copy of the Troll Warlord beating in, and maybe GH in trouble once again. No Spy Cameras available. The Ghost Hunter buys a little bit of time, but he won't get anything. Even misses out. The Suns 33 went in very, very deep. GH still taking a very long time to die. He'll buy back up quickly. They don't have the creep waves with them. The backdoor regeneration's already in there because, hey, it's just Kuro things. They drag back farther. He'll have to BKB. Man, he held that for a very, very long time. But it's these treants, these bloody treants. They're in behind the creep wave once again. Kuro heads top. Push it down. There have been 13 comebacks from a 30k net worth disadvantage. But I'm wondering like if it's a comeback or if you still have the disadvantage and you still win. Oh, jump forward. Rubik, they have caught him. And remember, this is a dieback over on Kuro as well. You'll have that very, very long death timer. Should be over 2 minutes.
Trying to turn it around. Liquid's coming.
Looking for the stun. That's 100 seconds on the sideline. Spy Carapace. Stuns over on the Troll Warlord. Miracle. Thinking about a fight. Remember, he's still got the Aegis, the Immortal on the Troll Warlord. They do not want this fight.
Yeah, it is daytime, and they know darkness is on cooldown.
Oh, what a stun! What a range! He hit 3. They just want Morphling. They'll turn around for the Manta stun, skewering up Monkey King up against the wall. They'll put down the Arena of Blood, back and back in again. Monkey King is down. It's actually a chain, a wall on wall, arena on arena. They've got everything they want as PPD's trapped inside there as well. They get the stun. Miracle, he's still fighting through this one. He's got more of himself. Maybe they have the damage to kill off the Darkseer. Finally, Ace, he did focus him down. Got the kill, but the BT's coming back in as 33. He's on the front lines with a blink forward, kills off the next assassin. They get the stun with the Abyssal Blade. Morphling, there's no mana to speak of. He should go down. He will go down with no buybacks available. That really should be the game. There's no ability to split push anymore. NIP are fully up. And Liquid, I don't know if they have anything left in their bag to stall this game any longer.
I hope not. And if they do, Toby, I'd love to see it because this has been an admirable performance, extending the game all the way to 50 minutes. But credit to NIP. You know, a kill per minute averaged in this long of a game. Not like just constantly hunting Liquid. And it is so difficult to maintain focus for this long while also maintaining such an aggressive posture without overstepping once. This is just clinical by NIP.
That's the game.
Yeah, a full team wipe to close. And finally, you know, Liquid, they're not even going to GG out until they're really, really sure that they're going to lose the game. And in fact, the throne dies before the GG even counts, so.
It's still a 1-1. This whole series, it's felt such an intense matchup between Liquid as well as NIP.
Look, it's similar to Liquid's reactions in that first series after they won their marathon. It's such an intense and grueling match. You really, like, they went into the trenches and they just battled that one out, but Nip, they closed it and it just, well done. The 3-3 Night Stalker, I think, is something more teams have got to be aware of. No other squad really utilizing it like 3-3 does, but I want to point all the way back to the start of this game, the start of game 1. When you're picking Darkseer and you're putting it alone in the off lane, trading against the enemy safe laner, that enemy safe laner is always going to be more valuable to have free farm than your Darkseer is. And it's punished. It's punished in both games. First by the troll of Matumba Man, of Miracle rather, this game by the Night Stalker of 3-3. You cannot give this man, this hero, that free of a game. It just you can't.
And you saw just with every rotation, something always came from it. Like it wasn't any kind of wasted movements. We talked about like game 1's like, well, what's happening with Liquid's movements? Like it doesn't feel like they're really hitting their moments until like later on. And this game, like it did reach a point where either team could still win. Because you had that Nature's Prophet factor. You had Kuro. Just like people were memeing before saying, I think we found a rat in the base. Like this was the ultimate split push movement from Kuroho. Wasn't enough at the end of the day, but it's still a 1-1 result. ESL group stage continues, but both teams gain points.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Toby and Kyle, for the commentary in the first 2 series. Of course, we'll see them tomorrow in terms of more commentary change up in the commentary box for game number 3. Before we get to the 3rd series of the day, let's just wrap up on another, I mean, entertaining game.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's 2 series we've had to start the day. They've both been very entertaining.
Yeah, they've been very good games to start the day.
I want to see high creep scores. It's a great game. Yeah, that's about it. There's a lot of trees died.
There's a lot of trees dead in that game. A lot of trees died
But
in this game.
It was for a good cause.
It was.
Like, he was doing...
I don't know if it was for a good cause, and it didn't help them.
True, I guess, but... to try and direct it towards a good cause, he was putting his thing in. But no, I think Carl made a good point at the end of that, which was teams should respect this 33 Night Stalker. I think NiP really understand this hero. Previous patch, they played it really well, like they've done Enigma Night Stalker lanes, or they tri-lane with it, and in this game again, they tri-lane, put the Night Stalker bottom. Nick starts here, sure, but the Night Stalker's just going to farm. He had level 6, I think, like 4 minutes or something, like right before the first night. Like, he was getting kills during the first day, and it was like, oh, wow. You don't really expect that with Night Stalkers. They're normally like creeps until around about 6-7 minutes or whatever, but he was doing a really good performance.
For those that don't know, explain why it's so good now.
I don't know. Everyone else that plays Night Stalker sucks.
I think Robson has some ideas as to why. Right?
Give it to me. What do you got?
The key point, I think, this game was he was by himself, like Kyle said as well, but I think the Blink dagger was the key point in which Night Stalker went from being just an okay hero to like the best hero on the map.
That's true.
Because, well,
they turned it a lot of things where he'd be like kind of close to a Morphling, and then the Monkey King like stunned the one time, and he uses that to cast his silence and gap close just a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like they were able to make it better with help from other heroes and really good coordination, which helped. But he just snowballs it so much better. Like other players, it's like harder to find. Like they can lane it okay. They might not dominate, but they'll lane it well, and they just don't get as many kills out of it. But 33 always does.
He does, yes. That's because he understands the points in which he can farm during day and when he can actually go and fight. And some people, they try and sit back a bit too much, but he's always like forcing. Like you always think, oh, it's daytime, I can sit back and chill. But no, like he's always still in your face and doing stuff. And especially with the Blink dagger, he can just do stuff in day and night. He's really scary. And he doesn't really need the Monkey King. Without the Blink, you need the stun from trees for him to then connect with the silence. But with the Blink, he can do it by himself.
52-minute game, almost 52 minutes game. 54 kills on the NIP side. 16 on the zip. I mean, the thing is with this as well, Kevin, you look at that, if you didn't see the game, you'll come in and see that, and you'll just go, wow, NIP dominated that game. But that really wouldn't tell anywhere close to what the actual story of that game was.
I mean, there's so many kills. Fada's 17, 1, and 19. You can't look at those numbers and be like, oh, they didn't do well. It's more like Liquid just did an amazing job making the game long, I guess. And
explain how they did. I mean, I know the Trent in there, obviously, but explain there was more to it than that.
Cut creep waves. I mean, a lot of the times NiP wanted to push after winning fights or getting kills, and it's hard to do so. And it's just, if all the lanes are pushed and constantly cut, then yeah, you lose those opportunities.
I do think, though, the most crucial point in the game was when Miracle and I believe Mind Control didn't have buybacks, and then GH cut the mid wave with Meteor Hammer. If he didn't cut that wave, there'd have been like an additional 30 seconds where they're pushing mid. So they only got 1 Rax, but because of that mid play, it then meant that they couldn't get the second Rax, they couldn't pressure to go for the Ancient. So I think that individual play allowed for the game to last as long as it did, that one play. And then on top of that, you obviously have Kuroki with an Ags and an Octarine, just pushing out everything, but I think that was the key play that could have allowed Liquid to actually come back if they were able to actually contest a Roshan and get an Aegis on the side as well.
All right, we're going to get some more from both of you in just a moment, but first of all, let's catch up with the captain of NIP, who's managed to take his team to 2-2 so far in the groups.
Thanks, Paul. Indeed, PPD, that game, that series, it was mad. I want you to talk me through that second game, especially. Like, how was that for you guys?
It was harder than we expected it to be. We had a pretty good advantage, I think, but Liquid is like, they just committed to full rat mode, and we didn't have we had good heroes to deal with it, but I don't know. They played pretty well, keeping themselves in the game for so long. I don't think we could have done the same.
So if you, at some point you realize, well, this is a problem going high ground. How did you plan on working around dealing with that?
Well, I mean, we got a lot of Roshans, a lot of Aegises. We got the consumable Ags there at the end for Monkey King, which was kind of cool. But it was just, you got to close down the map, and eventually, once you're like 40, 50, 60,000 gold ahead, I think you can usually walk high ground.
It turned out a battle high ground for sure. This series was crazy from back and forth for both two games. What do you think makes that a thing? Is that the current patch, just everybody figuring it out?
Yeah, I mean, you got current patch. I mean, a lot of people are playing the same heroes. You know, we got Miracle Morphling. It got beaten, so that's thank you, Ice Frog, for the buffing other heroes or nerfing Morphling or changing the game somehow that he could lose. But no, this tournament has such awesome teams. This is like a mini TI without the freebie spots, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. And we're a team that's already qualified to TI. There's no DPC points on the line, but this is a stacked tournament with the best teams on a brand new patch, and it's a lot of fun to play.
It's a lot of fun to watch as well. Thank you for providing the fun series. I'm going to let you relax and cool down after that series, and good luck the rest. So back to you, Paul.
Thank you very much, Shiva there with PPD. He said they needed to be 40 or 50, 60k gold ahead. They ended up 32,000 ahead. I guess that's enough.
That was right at the end, too.
It was. Because they dipped down. They had like a 20k gold lead. I remember we were saying it's a 20k gold lead. And then they lost the team fight and it kind of went to 19k. And we were like, well, that didn't make any difference. And then but it slowly changed, didn't it? It was moving more and more all the time back towards Liquid. And I think it was as low as 10k they got it back to.
But that is a problem NiP does actually have if you look into it. It's like they can play aggressive at the start, but they do often take quite a long time to actually close out these games. Obviously, you have the odd couple of games that you have a drought strat or something and you're able to actually get into high ground, but when they do have these drafts that have this early aggression with not a clear way of breaching high ground, they will happily play another 10, 20, 30 minutes. And that's why they often do actually lose some of these games, because teams like Liquid, they're very good at this late game,
and
as
you saw. They defended really well. That one time they had Aegis, they got sniped right as it despawned. He got killed that one time, and when you lose your guy that's supposed to be hitting towers, that's going to shut down the push. So.
In answer to his question as well, Morph no longer dispels the hero. So
that's true. Yeah, that's actually a pretty
big 722
thing.
change.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they had Spear Vessel that game, but it's still something. It could be something small. I mean, they don't have that many.
That adaptive strike was damaged. The damage was reduced on that as well a little bit. Not much.
That matters for the lane actually. Yeah, definitely. It feels a lot less because you usually have like level 1 adaptive strike until at least like 6 or level 9, something like that. So you're taking 30 less damage per adaptive strike. If you get adaptive strike like 6-8 times in a lane stage, that's like 3 tangles less.
Yeah. So thanks, Ice Frog. Yeah. As far as PPD was concerned, he's quite happy with that. Nerfing Miracle a little bit. MVP, gents. Have you come to a consensus agreement?
Yeah, we thought probably 3-3.
Yeah, for sure. Because of the Night Stalker in the game too, in particular.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. It's just so impressive to me that he takes a hero that nobody else touches, and he has these ridiculous performances.
Sure. I mean, does it remind you? It's a bit like Moon or Mirana, for instance, when Mirana isn't even in the meta.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's those kind of performances, isn't it? You just go, how? How is that possible?
Yeah. Setting the meta for other pro players in a really convincing way when they're still not confident to do it. They're definitely going to look at it and think, like, maybe we could try it. But they still don't.
But then they will try it. That's the thing.
And then it looks horrible.
Yeah, they're going to try it. And like, why have I picked this creep? Why am I spending 20 minutes farming a Treads? What's happening? And then this guy's got like Treads, Blink, BKB, and is in your face.
4 minutes, level 6.
Yeah. Just clubbing down a Nyx who's got no place in the game.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great player, and he was a great player last year, but he seems to have had a little period of, not down period, but a quieter period over the last few months. And it seems that maybe the meta's come back to him.
I think that's probably because his like the meme factor of 33 and him being on NiP, like his hero pool, like the Broodmothers and Visage and Lycan, these type of heroes, they're not as prominent, right? So he's kind of not in the limelight because it's not like, did you see NiP play that game where they picked that last pick and all that stuff, right? So it's kind of like a very reserved NiP, but
he's still doing his job.
Exactly, and if anything, I think it's getting a lot better because that's the issue. If you've got a guy who picks these meme heroes and you rely on the fact to win a game based off of, like the meme side, then it's sketchy, but he's actually having good performances.
And those are all like aura pusher type heroes. You can't get as flashy with them. It's like you can win your lane, get a couple kills, but it's not like, oh, he's godlike somehow. Like those heroes don't go godlike. They just they death push, they stay ahead. They don't do flashy stuff like he did on Night Stalker. So I think maybe allows him to shine a bit more.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, gents. We're going to have a break here at ESL One Birmingham, but the action is really not done at all. In fact, we're only halfway through our day. Our first 2 group matches are done as far as Group A. We're going to turn our attention to Group B next. Little matter of Team Secret versus Evil Geniuses. Nothing matters.